drunk. It's worked.
Was one of the people who fell for it Blair?
Yeah,
That's what it seems like at the moment.
Apparently. What are we
Dear
thinking about
Lord.
this, Tom? Are we thinking anything? Because I mean, TYLOO. Look, am I dumb for thinking TYLOO are going to learn from yesterday? That's my question I have for you.
Yes, you are. You definitely are for believing they'll learn from yesterday, because they've played so loose this whole tournament. It's like they genuinely don't care what happens half the time. Somebody has hands down made, like, I think if there's 5 worst players in the tournament, he probably has 3 of them. But at the same time, if you were looking at maybe the top 10 best, I would say he has a few in there as well. That's just how he plays this game, and unfortunately, Mirage is the epitome of that. We saw, or myself and Mitch saw them go in retake positions and consistently face. Like, they would run out and try and get the kills while the other team was still trying to retake. That's just how they're playing this game at the moment. And the fact is, they're individually skilled enough that they can win. Dan King, he's bound to do some crazy stuff as well. But this is the man that might be able to shut them all down. Urkus has been impressive throughout this tournament. Unfortunately, when he seems to do really well, they lose.
That's always a shame. And he's already got a kill at the start of this round, so hopefully they don't lose this pistol, because Urcast is still going, not landing the headshot onto this player, though, doing a lot of damage to the body. He still can't find it. And this rate, Urcast might be out of ammo soon. What is going on? What is happening here? All the kills coming in, but Tiger have taken most of them, and it's all up to Attacker to try and make this happen for TYLOO. It is complete chaos in this pistol round, but I think it's Tiger who are about to get the job done.
Yeah, I would actually like to know the pistol win stats for TYLOO in this tournament, because I feel like they haven't been good. I think they won a lot more second rounds. So I'm actually almost like banking on that being the case. Attacker is going to give this a damn good go, but Cabal is clinical with the headshot. And they're going to get themselves a pistol. And I think it's important for Tiger that they do get off to a solid start in this match. You don't want the momentum to get building. You don't want to allow that AWP to get into the hands of Dan King. I would say in this matchup, it's one of the most one-sided AWP battles we have, because 9 has been very, very hit and miss, and Dan King has been slaughtering anybody that gets into his path. So I would say that Dan King's heavily favored in that duel. When it comes down to some of the other players, like I think Dobu, when he has a good match, is very impressive. And I really like Cabal when he doesn't AWP. Now, that's been the issue. Like, his secondary AWP has been a bit iffy. Like, he's had some good rounds with it, but a lot of the time it's something they force for no particular reason, when he's probably one of the best riflers in the whole of the Asian region. So I'm hoping that we don't see them stick too much to that. As said, though, these 4 spy rounds is where TYLOO are truly terrifying. So we're going to see them on the Deagles. I would expect almost every player to pick one up. Maybe we'll see a little bit of something else from Attacker or somebody, because they've got a little bit of extra cash.
I've looked up the stats for you, Tom, in this tournament. You're right that TYLOO, they just have a 55% win percent in the pistol rounds for this tournament. And when you consider some of the teams they face, that should probably be a bit higher, right? Like, they have basically the same pistol win percentage as Invictus and close to Bren even. So,
sorry, what was it? I didn't hear you say.
55% in pistol rounds.
I think Mitch said going into this tournament that their pistol win was something like 65. So the fact that that is a drop off for TYLOO. Like, obviously anything above 50% is high. Like, you would expect it to be roughly even. There aren't too many teams with a massively positive pistol win, because, well, it is a very 50-50 round. But yeah, for TYLOO coming into this tournament, they have some of the best players in the whole of Asia, and some of the teams they've been playing against have never played in a big tournament before.
I hate this from Tiger. Why do you have a USP on 9 in this round? Why has Dobu pushed ramp already? This is the sort of round you have to be ready for TYLOO with the Deags, with the Force. And they've given away an early kill. Now 9 doesn't even have a gun for this round. This is panic stations, Tom. I know it's only 1 kill, but it's already a concern.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. Like, the last thing you want to do in these sort of rounds against TYLOO is give them individual duels. As I said, like, I have more faith in them winning this round than the last one. and they should have a big disadvantage in this. Also, 9 not buying anything is my biggest pet peeve in all of Counter-Strike. I hate it when players do this unless you are 100% certain it's going to be an eco, and you can never be 100% certain in that when you're against TYLOO. They're slowly getting overwhelmed, but Cabal has done a good job rectifying things. Summer, he's going to go diving through, and now it's left all onto somebody. A man who can win you rounds, but I think this time it's not to be. Great work from Cabal, but it was needed, as that came very, very close in the end. But Tiger, they convert, and now, while TYLOO, maybe they buy a Deagle or two, but there'll be no Kevlar and very little in terms of nades.
Yeah, bit of a scary start, but they get the job done. That's the main thing for Tiger in this one. Cabal having to put up 3 kills here from short with the M4. Could have been cleaner, but at the end of the day, you're happy to just get those kills and move on with your life. And that's what they'll be doing. Ahead of this next round, it is once again Deegs out for TYLOO, and that same aggression coming in from Dobu. He's got up close, but Danking's been able to get that opening kill elsewhere. Aggression continues, but the MP9s are ready for it. So NCL and Dobu gifted some kills back, and now TYLOO are struggling, losing a bunch of fights here. Slowly with a nice shot, though, keeps them somewhat close.
Actually invested a bit more than I would have expected in this scenario. Nice shot from Attacker. Maybe it'll be worthwhile. They've already got 3 kills. Sure, 9 is going to trade things back, but these rounds have been anything but clean. And now it's left with Attacker. He's had a kill per round, so if anything... Oh, no, wait, he didn't get one in the last round. Never mind. He got one in the pistol, one in this round. If he can do anything more. Even just an extra player dropped, even if he eventually loses the round, they're going to have money to buy into the next one anyway. Although they still have spent a little bit more than I personally would have liked. It's going to leave them mostly with just over 4,000. Also, chances of an AWP relatively slim. Aka, though, the timing could be everything. Oh, he didn't quite check properly, and 9 will be given the freebie. Bit of extra money made for him. Urkus does actually have enough to drop over an AWP, if that's something they fancy bringing up in this round, which it is. And now we get to see the buy on the other side. As said, no AWP for them just yet, which is a bit of a shame, as I do like to see the AWP onto Danking. But it does mean the pace can be switched up a little bit easier, not having to wait for that AWP. And they've actually gone for the double AWP as well, which I'm not so much of a fan of.
Yeah, you were saying earlier, Cabal with that secondary AWP has had some issues at times, and he's caught already. Slowly, just rushing up short. Cabal not prepared, but 9 is. He gets aggressive into Palace, and at least keeps it even for now. Attack's been able to pick up that AWP for the TYLOO side already, but somebody just strays into the open, into the spray of Dobu, and Tiger are happily taking these fights. It's chaos all over the place. This is how TYLOO like to play, but it's not working out for them so far. They're losing these early trades.
Even still, they somehow managed to trade all of these situations back into an even one. The problem is, again, the last time or last couple of rounds it's been a weaponry disadvantage. This time, it's an HP disadvantage. Both players desperately low, and on the other side, they're healthy as can be. 9 still trying to find out a little bit of information. The bomb being down in quite an awkward spot. I'm not really sure how they're going to manage to get out of this one. They do have a bit of utility, but 9 going to nail the first. Got to be careful, though. Maybe not expecting him to have an AWP on the other side. And Attacker is going to go running in, and Doble will close it. These rounds have been insanely close, Hawker, but each time Tiger have been able to get it over the line.
Yeah, that one coming as close as it can into the one-on-one. But Tiger are able to get the win. Important kill from 9 early there. And then somebody just straying into that smoke. Bit unfortunate. Only the one-up getting saved from Tiger, remember. So they invested into that double-up setup. Now you can already see that their money actually isn't good. They could really do with a clean round win here. But we've already got a timeout called from the TYLOO side of things. And, are they forcing? Attacker's bought a Galil. I mean, I doubt they can fully force here. I guess they're just going to buy down as much as they can because they've got that big losing bonus. Attacker, I think, should be okay-ish in the next round. And they can just keep this pressure.
It's max loss bonus, so he'll have 4,400 anyway. And well, a lot of the time we don't see TYLOO using most of their utility anyway, so... Obviously, the ideal we're normally looking for is about 4,900. It allows you all the extra utility you need. And that's, well, that's one of each grenade. Depending on if you invest more into flashbangs, etc., it might be a little bit less. He's going to try and lead the charge. It's a raid boss Galil. Not something I ever really wanted to see. This position... See, the whole point is that the AWP watches top mid and the other guy watches lower. But this is working wonderfully. The AWP's going to be juggled around. Going to be chucked over to Danking, which, well, that's definitely the right decision. Now they're going to go rotating after some utility was thrown into the B site. The CT side has become aware that there's nobody currently in B. So they might just gamble stack towards this A site, which is where the bomb is currently going. It's heading in towards the palace. Bear in mind, there are still only 2 weapons in play. Attacker with 1, Danking obviously on the AWP. And the CT side have made a really good mid-round call.
Oh, is Dobu going to push, though? Getting aggressive into the ramp makes it so much more difficult for his teammates to help him here, but he's hungry for information, and it's cost him his life. Attacker with a 3rd kill on the round. That Galil has been putting in a shift, and now NCL is the only man here with an MP9. He's not even going to be able to deny the bomb plant. He's taken damage. At this point, Tiger might just have to think about saving. This round is so unlikely for them. NCL still looking for something. Cabal is the man who finally springs into action. But the time is ticking on this retake. They've got to go fast.
Yeah, and it almost seems like they're just pissing away their guns. I don't know how they're going to manage to actually win this round. And eventually Dankin goes, I don't need the AWP. I'll just 1-dig him to close the round. Attacker doesn't even die there. Now, bear in mind, he took 3 separate entry kill fights. One, the second going to be in the window. He didn't even realize the player was there initially, with a little bit of help from his friend. And then a third one on the ramp as well. An incredible round from him. A deserved victory for sure. And this was the problem. This is what we were waiting for, if anything. TYLOO and Force Buy rounds, they work. That's why they do them. That's why they make decisions that we sort of question if you're looking at a normal team. Oh, he might not be able to afford utility. He might not be able to get himself that extra gun. The reason they go for these plays is because eventually they always seem to sneak one through. And the problem is, I think the 2 rounds before that, there was only 1 player surviving for Tiger. So they have... well, as low as your cash can go, basically. Like, it's the full reset, no saved. Because of that, well, the best they've managed to come up with is a Mag 7. And you have to bear in mind that recently that was made... well, not recently, not too long ago, that was made cheaper. So the fact that that's all they can get, that's the best thing they can afford, it's a pretty bleak sign.
Definitely doesn't paint a pretty picture for TYLOO, or for Tiger, I should say, ahead of this round. I'm sure TYLOO will be very happy when they realize that they're about to push a B site where there's only a Mag 7 holding. As nice as this skin looks, the Mag 7 normally isn't that effective, but he gets 1 kill up close. Unfortunately, Cabal can only buy so much time, and I don't think the rotate has really arrived in time. Slowly could have been caught on the site there, but 9 is unable to move in quickly enough, and they are ready for the fights. Quick kills for TYLOO. Should be a quick round for them at this point. Urcast only on 16 health is about to be hunted. That is a 2nd round win for TYLOO, and as you pointed out, Tom, Tiger still have this poor economic position, and in this round, they really can't invest much of anything. Their loss bonus is only at $2,400, so this probably has to be a full save.
Yeah, and the worry for me is more so the fact that it's likely to be a glass cannon AWP unless 9 gets a kill. He is unfortunately below the marker by a wonderful $50, which is a little bit unlucky, but it happens. He's going to be coming out. Somebody just looking to try and pad those stats. Nice headshot from him. While they are cleaning this up fairly easily. Urkus managed to get 2 with the USP. I'm not sure what's happening here. Urkus still just styling on him. And in fact, that almost gets him enough money to actually make things work. It seems like it was $100, but nonetheless, it's still not quite enough for 9 to get the AWP with Kevlar. So if he does want one, he'll have to go something a little bit more. This was really nice from Urkus, though. Like, considering they pushed into the stack, It's quite impressive. That max 7 kill was from the round before, wasn't it? I was really confused.
Yeah.
I was like, how did he get a max 7 kill? Only 3 people died, and they were all killed by Urkus. I was like, how's that happen? It's like, oh, no, PGO have thrown me off by putting in an extra kill from a different round. But there we go. It is going to be the AWP. It is going to be Glass Cannon. A smoke will be alongside it, and the T's are just blasting their way through. Nice shot from 9. He's been very good in this match so far. He has somewhat let his teammate out to dry, but that's almost worked in Dobu's favor. Been surprised. Jump missed. Second attempt will go through. Somebody has made so much noise, but I think the rest of the team are going to be fairly distracted. I don't know if they'll expect him to be in this ninja position, but 9 is ready for a cheeky play. A good hold on the A site, and only 1 man left. But Attacker, he's been damn good so far.
Sitting behind this box, and the more time that ticks away, Tiger might second-guess themselves here. Great shot from Attacker. Transfers onto the second. He's got 1 more man, and he gets it! Attacker with the 1v3. He takes each fight 1 by 1, and they all go falling down.
What are you doing, Tiger? What are you doing? Like NCL at the end. Like, if you peek there, I think that's fine. But why would you jump? Like, you know that this man's going to switch his position. The second you jump, you're not winning that duel. It doesn't matter how much health he has. You've given him a big advantage by jumping up and having a few moments where you basically can't shoot. That's silly. And Attacker proving again that you can't doubt any member of this TYLOO roster. Like, he's not someone we've spoken about too much because he hasn't had the most insane performance. Like, he's been decent. But he hasn't been the attacker that basically just takes over a server and dominates. That's what we've got so far. He individually won them their first round, and he individually won them the round just gone. 9, he's hoping to try and get a cheeky Zeus, but the fact is he is not in the right place to really do anything. The money will at least be built up now for Tiger, so they are going to have a purchase into this next one. But they desperately need to start stopping this, because you have to bear in mind, like, TYLOO are definitely one of those teams where if they're feeling confident, which I would say they're feeling confident 90% of the time, but if they realize that they're better than you, you're done. Like, they will just start making plays that are unstoppable, and we've already had a couple.
They will just keep pressuring you over and over again if they think that they can get away with it. Definitely one of the more unforgiving teams to be playing against when they're playing to their peak. 9 has had a good start to the game as well for Tiger, and he's one of the players that normally I think, oh, wow, how does that Zeus just do damage and not the kill? Okay, cool. Well, that's unfortunate for 9. As I was saying earlier, though, I think in general, 9 is one of the players I don't instantly think about when talking about this Tiger team, even though he's the AWPer of the squad. So seeing him start strong, that's a positive sign. But it's only the first 4 rounds that Tiger won, and TYLOO have instantly sprung back into this. At least it's now a buy for Tiger with the AWP, with Kevlar, with very good nades across the board. So this is another opportunity for them to get back on track here, as 9 is again wielding this AWP towards mid.
Well, 9 has been fantastic so far. He's been the real glimmer of hope, and he's continuing it in this round. 2 kills picked up already. Somebody, though, is going to be able to turn the tide slightly. A missed shot from 9 gives him another. 9's being pressured as well. Somebody just can't let go of that W key. I still think the kill switch needs to be added. But the fact is, in this round, he's turned it back. That was a 5-on-3, 1 man on the A site, and that 1 man has slaughtered the whole defense. The wind is firmly in their sails at this point, Orcar. I am scared for Tiger because I don't know what they are doing.
They need a timeout right now. They can't handle this aggression. Still thinking about the retake, though, so they won't be thinking about the timeout yet, because they have a chance. That chance is much lower now, though, because Summers landed that headshot from the Tetris position, and even with Cabal getting gifted that first fight, there's just no time. AWP recovered for a second. Somebody's got him in the back. This has to be a pause, I think, for Tiger, because they're just not ready for the aggression. They're just fighting 1 by 1 there onto the player who's already pushed onto the A site. They're just not ready.
This was such a good round from 9 as well. And then this happened. 1, 2, and then this is mentally insane. Like, what he is doing right here, you have to have a screw loose to do that. Just run straight towards the connector when you know there's an AWPer holding the angle.
He didn't even like counter strafe, right? He just kind of kept
that's
running.
mental. That's full on mental. But that's TYLOO. And the worst thing is he then runs all the way back around through mid, gets into the top. What? Oh my god. And manages to kill the guy from behind. And Summer decides, knowing there's a flank, to peek it anyway. Like, it's just insane. 9, he's managed to retrieve an AK for a matter of seconds. And they've done a lot of damage in this round, but... In fact, Wait, if Urkus was top mid, surely he had the bomb.
Yeah. I guess he wanted to flank quickly and try and get a gun, maybe, or something. But even that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Cabal sitting back in the 1v4. That bomb finally getting brought over to the A-bomb site. Not much to be done here. Maybe a kill, but even then, TYLOO are pretty rich right now. And that's only going to get better for them as they're likely to survive with 4. Somebody's pushing on 22 health. Like, what's the point in that?
I think we need to rewrite the song Footloose and just change it to Screw Loose. Screw loose. Screw loose.
Oh, I didn't realize we were getting a musical number today.
Oh, there's been a fair few.
Right.
There's been less as the tournament's gone on because, wow. I don't feel like singing.
That's fair enough.
But, well, Cabal, he's done some damage here. That's the one thing I think that it sort of almost puts a dampener on how good TYLOO have been over the last few rounds, is that none of them have been clean. Like, their money is still building because every once in a while they'll come up against Antico and just slaughter everyone, but this round they lost a fair few players. One of them to a Zeus, and that gave an AK over, so that's something at least. But ultimately, they have still won. Is that 7 in a row? I want to say that's 7 in a row.
Yeah, I think it was 4-0 Tiger. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah, it is.
The thing as well is, like, yeah, 9's been landing shots. Cabal's got a fair few kills on the board. I feel like there are the pieces there that need to show up. It's just the players that normally play so well haven't been hitting quite the same level. I mean, Urkast has 6 kills, but 3 of those were with the USP in that round, where he did a great job. He's not had the same impact in the gun rounds. It's another A exec. 9 tries to go forward, but this time, he's somehow alive. He gets away with it, and Dobu is still sitting on the site, waiting patiently.
Oh dear, that's gone very badly wrong. He's gone to try and wide peek out. And that's the A site under the T site control again. The thing is, though, I would actually like to see Tiger play more retakes, because I think in afterplants, TYLOO play mental. Like, they just try and get aggressive. They try and take fights. And, well, that's probably what we're about to witness right now. Attackers just pushing forward. But the thing is, they've managed to gain all this map control, and their money's so good that they're basically already on the hunt. Even though the bomb's only been down for 10 seconds, they are hunting. And that's just how TYLOO works. That's why money never really gets built up. Attacker, they weren't expecting him to push through the murder hole when they still had time to try and fight back that round, because it's not a clever play, but it works. And that's the issue. I think Tiger have been structured. They've been good throughout this tournament. They played well individually. The team they lost to are Invictus, who are none of those things. The team they're currently losing to is TYLOO, who, again, are none of those things. I think they're just struggling to play against something that is very difficult to play against.
So many rounds, it's just been that A execute, though, for TYLOO. I think you make the right point there. Maybe it is time to just start playing retake. Even if you just use the nades to delay the bomb plant, you can potentially wait out those smokes. And then I wouldn't be surprised if TYLOO kind of get lost at that point, kind of get confused and maybe make some mistakes and maybe push positions they don't have to. Looks like this round we won't get the old A execute that's been oh so common in this game. Instead, 9 has positioned himself towards mid. Urkast going for the fight into a ramp. That nade should do a bit of damage. 5 points of damage total. Not quite what Urkast was hoping for. Slower round for TYLOO. Finally taking their foot off the gas a little.
Honestly, for a second though, he was going to run through that smoke just to spite you. Oh, bit of counter utility. Attacker, somebody taking some damage. Solo peek from Attacker will hand Urkus the kill. He's been winning a fair few of his opening duels when he's had the chance. Smoke going to be falling as slowly catches off. Another one through the smoke goes somebody, and they are being picked apart. This one surely cannot go back the other way, although Summer has just managed to find a pick. He's been tagged incredibly low, so we're looking more onto Danking, who, I'll be honest, really hasn't done much so far. It's been the Somebody and Attacker show, and they have the bomb again. But because of that, NCL's gone running, and he's now been caught. This is a 5v2, and it's starting to slip away. Now, the player close on sight, there should be absolutely no way that Danking manages to get a kill out of Palace. So unless that player goes walking across, which they have absolutely no reason to do, this should be a very, very easy round, but the timing works out. There's still another player. 15 seconds. The bomb has to cross onto the site. They need to get rid of the man in the ninja position. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. And he's going to play it perfectly. Urkus just waits, but then the no-scope's connected. The bomb. Oh, he's not got enough time. Oh, thank God. Dear Lord. How did they almost bring that back? That was a 5-on-2 that comes down to a 1v1.
Absolutely absurd that TYLOO can even think about winning that round. That shouldn't even be a thought that crosses their mind. They should probably be thinking about saving there, but I guess they got the money, so they were like, you know what, we'll take fights, we'll spot the aggression, we'll catch some players who aren't even looking our way, and they actually make it a close one, and it could have repercussions. No real money saved for Tiger on their CT side. Cabal's pushing up close to this smoke, though. This is a great position to be in. They're running past him, and they're just not clearing it. It's such a big mistake, but Cabal will make the most of it. 2 easy kills from behind, and Danking finally gets the trade through. But Tiger definitely getting the better of these early trades, and 9 also nails his shot. This is more like it for Tiger.
I like it. Dover's just going to go, you know what? I think I'm going to fall back from this position.
He's died there a lot.
Let's play a bit more passive. I've got the support of 9's AWP. 3 men on this site. Again, shouldn't be possible. And this time 9 is going to nail the first. It's left onto Attacker. He's throwing away his pistol, trying to pick up an AWP. That's not how it works. And it is going to be 6-8. Tiger finally getting back onto the board after what was an 8-round streak for TYLOO. But of course, with that 8-round streak, TYLOO managed to make a lot of money. So there's still going to be a purchase into this round. They played a little bit more silly over the last few. But I guess the main thing has been that Tiger have actually started to punish them. But even if it's just like situations where they end up in like a 2v4 or something, Tiger, I think, have now started to realize that, okay, we have to take those situations very, very seriously. Because anyone on this TYLOO squad can just bring those rounds back. Now this time, there's going to be an AWP aggressive in the hands of Cabal. Hoping for a timing shot, but isn't going to find anything, and just trying to make sure that there's nobody close. He's throwing out pretty much all of his utility just to try and make sure that they're not close. Smoke's being expended. Cabal actually opting to try and play around the edge. He's going to get a kill for free. Remember, this is a man playing with an AWP. Somehow he's managed to hold on to this position. AK retrieved, still stuck around the corner. Counter utility being expended, and actually a man's managed to get out onto the site. I don't actually know how somebody did that. I guess that was through short. This is a really...
I mean, credit to Cabal for stopping them in the apartments.
Like, what are TYLOO doing? Like, they're just standing behind a smoke. They could have just mollied the close corner, and then just, like, he would have been stuffed. But instead, they just try and spam him through the wall.
We'll get him eventually, guys. Oh,
for God's
no!
sake.
Attacker lines up 2. Quick spray onto both those players. And they're actually not in position, really, to spot the site that well. If they peek into Attacker's ult, that could be another kill. That could be all the difference. TYLOO, though, have to make the move. 15 seconds left on the clock. Urkas spots that man. Still looking to see if he can spot the cross to the side. 10 seconds, 9 lands another shot. An attacker can't win this. I mean, there's 7 seconds, man. You have to try and plant, but the round's over. There's no way. Tiger do hold on, but what a confusing and strange round.
Strange half. You take the first 4 and the last 3, and it ends up as an 8-7. Not really bad for either side in the grand scale of things, but this is one of the weirdest rounds. Like, somebody just walks through a smoke on his own. The rest of the team decide not to do anything. They don't manage to kill one man spamming with a 5-7, and then they somehow get 2 kills because Tiger decided to peek off the back of a Molotov. It's
Yeah, how do you
really,
lose the
really
smoke spam with AKs versus the 5-7? How's that possible?
Oh no. Oh no, they didn't use any of their utility to kill him either. They just sat behind the smoke. Like, either fall back or use something that just TYLOO things, basically. They go onto the CT side. They have a 4-man stack of this A site. It should be very difficult for anything to get done, and that probably means it's going to go swimmingly. And while slowly he's been caught out, Attacker manages to trade one back. It's a bit of an awkward battle so far, and Attacker continues what has been a fantastic game from him. But he's the only one to do anything. And now it's left onto somebody, and they're just going to leave. Just see you later. We're going to go for a wander around to the B site.
Gotta give props to Tiger there, because they just ran into a full stack and somehow got away with it. Against TYLOO. Normally, you'd expect that to go against you every time. Even with Attacker getting 3 kills, Tiger are going to be able to get all the way over to the B site, and somebody hasn't moved a muscle. Free bomb plant here, and somebody is so far away. He hasn't got a kit right now. If there is a kit, it's dropped on the A site. I don't know if there even was a kit bought in this round. Somebody is now making the move without the diffuser, so he's just got to rush and just guess, Tom. He's just got to have his intuition about him and clear these angles quickly.
It's the weirdest movement I've ever seen, but we'll see if he can make this work. He goes jumping into the angle. Oh, God. You know what he looks like? He looks like a guy who's constantly playing strat roulette.
Yeah.
That's like, retake in a 1v2 while using jump every 3 steps. If there's a... Well, don't, like... Add, like... Well, I don't even know what the command would be, but, like, W+ or whatever, just so it's constantly being pressed. Or not even that, just, like, left click means move forward or something. It's just madness. Madness. They're going to force into this one. As we've already seen, they are deadly with these pistols. And now, the T's have to come to them. They've gone for the same 4-man stack that we saw in the last round. This time hoping for similar success. And they've got the 4 Deegs out, so, you know, that's all they need.
That might be all they need. Seen it work a couple of times already today for some of the other teams. Nade out. Tiny bit of damage done. Mid control has been taken by Tiger at the start of this round. They've used quite a few nades in doing so, though, so they might not be able to clear out all of these close angles. And that's the thing about the Deeg. I mean, sure, it's obviously good at range when you can land the headshots, but it's also very good up close. Just spamming to the body. It's so effective at getting those close range kills. And that's something that Tiger have to be aware of here as this clock continues to tick on down. 43 seconds for them. Somebody has strayed out into the open. If they can get this early kill towards B, they should be fine. Somebody, oh, he hears it. This could be a freebie. Easy kill onto the first. There's that second I was talking about. The shots to the body land. Now somebody's got the MAC-10, but more importantly, the molly's going to buy even more time. And with 25 seconds, Tiger are going to start to feel the pressure here. Urcast is down to 7 health. This has gone from bad to worse for them. 15 seconds, time against them. Urcast wins an all-important fight. They might be able to get towards the B site. Another kill goes their way, but they've lost the bomb, and that's it. There's no way TYLOO can win this. TYLOO continue the prophecy of the 4 Deagles. They're going to win this round, and TYLOO has to make sure he at least just saves this Galil. That's all he can do.
Hate this. I hate that this worked. I hate that he just runs out short with the deagle and gets 2 kills. This was a sick shot from Danking, of course. And then I'm not sure what Urkus was doing. Like, if he had the bomb and just took so much time, like he would have had to run straight onto the site and hope there was no one window either. So
Why? Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry, 9 just had a armor and a Glock for a second there, which confused me. It's fine, he's got a P250. Cabal's got a dig, though, and he's already opened up this round. This is looking nice. Not so nice anymore, though.
Somebody's aggression, as usual, getting punished. Attacker channeling his inner flusher to get that kill. According to Starix, of course.
Yeah.
Oh. NCL with an opportunity, but nothing really going to come of it. And of course, this isn't like one of those like half buys either. This is everything invested. Now NCL's got into a decent position. Urkus is getting tagged up, so they're in a pretty awkward spot. Danking, oh, it's not pretty, but he almost baits him in. He's like, Summer, can you come help, please? Just walks into the corner, and well, by that point, they think they're up against a scout. 20 HP between 2 players, and they're on opposite ends of the map as well. Doesn't look like an easy round whatsoever. And is Urkus just going to push? Surely not. Surely he's going to wait for his teammate, right? He's not just going to walk into the site with the bomb, because that would be very, very silly. What?
Oh! Why does that work, Tom? Why does that work? Okay, it doesn't. Okay.
Headshot. What is going on? Oh my goodness. 2 of the probably most... I imagine he must have been able to see his body or something and just guessed where the head was. It doesn't matter. Danking's a scout master. So it's going to be a bomb plant, but unfortunately that's still not going to be enough money for anything to really come through. I imagine they're going to try and find an extra rifle for... Yeah, there we go, for Danking. So there should be one on the ground next to him. And they at least managed to retrieve a couple. And as you can see, the money is enough for a few pistols. Not really sure what Cabal's doing. I guess he didn't expect anyone there. How Attacker gets this kill is a joke. That one's a bit more basic. Wait, we didn't get Urkas kill? What was Urkas kill?
That was boring, mate. Compared to Danking, apparently. Well, not much for Tiger in this round. Summer jiggle peeking mid, looking for that early info. This is exactly what I was expecting, Tom, from this game, honestly. Like, I think TYLOO will eventually just about get the win. But it's never convincing with them, is it? It's always a close one. Somebody, solid spray. They should be fine from this point. Only the 1 kill coming in from Cabal. Bomb's been dropped as well, so I think TYLOO will be 100% fine here. Urkas Glock goes down, and Cabal should be following him to the grave. 27 health left. TYLOO up to the 11-8 lead, but we're about to get the buy from Tiger.
Yeah, this is where things need to change. Unfortunately, as well, we've got a couple of players. Like, NCL's normally one of the sort of lower fraggers on this squad,
yeah.
But Dobu having a bad game at a bad time, basically. Like, this is where you want to see him step up to the plate. Attack has also been incredible. Somebody's been decent, but he's also lost a couple of rounds for his team as well, so I'm not going to give him anywhere near as much praise as Attacker, who's just been lights out. Well, this is exactly what somebody does. He runs into the smoke at top mid, and he's just going to sit in it. He's just going to sit and wait and hope that nobody predicts him to be here. There is some spam going through. The thing is, in a moment, he should be dead, because he's just going to be stood in the middle of top mid. Oh, he almost got a kill for it as well. Lunatic.
Yeah, he actually probably should have got that kill against 9, honestly. He got the drop on him there. Got a fair few shots off first. What are you thinking, Tom?
I'm just imagining playing as one of his teammates and just looking at him from across the room, just being like, what are you doing?
Oh,
like,
if you played with him in
doing
matchmaking,
that?
I mean, obviously he'd just kill everyone. But if he wasn't killing everyone, you would get mad. You just look at the kill feed every round and be like, oh, bloody hell, not again.
Well, yeah, I guess he's above 3 of the other members of his team playing like a maniac, so Attacker can be a little bit annoyed. Oh, we are going to see the beginning of what is an execution again. It seems to be time ticking away for Tiger. They're getting into these situations in late rounds, only 20 seconds left, and they've run the clock down so low that there's a fair few players here. Some is going to be spammed out, though. That's an important frag. However, the remaining players, they're going to run through. Are they going to deny the plant? Nope. Danking's just going to allow it to go down. He spots one man, and again, it seems like they're doing so much damage, but they're not getting the frags. Attacker tries his best, and just look how low they are, but 9. The snake in the grass, sat at the top of mid, waiting for his prey. Well, he'll bite down to just about squeeze that through. It was 3 players surviving, so money is going to be okay, but damn were they low.
I'm almost convinced some of these players are playing without headphones, because I feel like when you hear the bomb being planted there, you know roughly where it's being planted, right? It has to be near that box. If you spam that and drop the bomb, you're in such a good spot, but DanKing just doesn't do it. It still comes close for them in the round, but now TYLOO are down to very little investment. Not even the 4 Deags they would have wanted. There's a couple of P250s replacing the Desert Eagles in this one, and that is a solid nade. I'm not sure if there was some bullets landed there too, but somebody's down to 12 health either way. TYLOO have fully stacked this B side of the map. And, I mean, we did see Tiger struggle in a similar round to this. This one's even less of an investment, but they might end up moving into the stack, and that's always going to be scary.
Yeah, that is one thing I always want to give credit over to TYLOO. Is it seems like in like these Antico rounds, they always like to try and do something a little bit audacious, which I like. I don't like seeing teams just go for these standard pistol rounds. Like they always try and switch things up. They always try and do something aggressive and silly, which in pistol rounds I'm fine with. The only problems I have is that they do this in rifle rounds as well. And they've realized it's not B. Unfortunately, they've realized a little bit too late, unless Attacker does something truly incredible, which he's not going to be able to do. Slowly also has made a lot of noise, a hell of a lot of noise, you could say. And somebody rotating through this time is going to be shut down. Looking like at least a slightly cleaner round for the side of Tiger. They will get an after plant position slowly. Actually doesn't need to land many bullets. Urkas is very low on HP, but he's quick enough to take the jewel. And now DanKing. Another kill would at least reduce the amount of money the T-side's making, but not this time. Nice anti-eco from Tiger. They work things out fairly quickly and manage to get a round with 4 players surviving.
Definitely nice to dodge the stack in that round. TYLOO back to the buy. DanKing was dropped the AWP in this one. DanKing's, again, always a curious player to me because I feel like he does play pretty aggressively, but somehow he doesn't die that often. You can see in this game, he's only got 10 deaths on the board. I guess when you've got that AWP, it is a bit easier in some of these early fights to just get one and fall back, and that's exactly what he'll do in this round. Aggression into ramp works out for him. No trade ready for Tiger. They weren't aware of the aggression, and this is still a good angle for DanKing to be holding. Tiger aren't going to be too comfortable pushing here. DanKing's still looking for more, though. Still seeing if there's a second man that's going to give him the fight. But Tiger are just taking their time and figuring out what they want to do.
They haven't budged. I guess NCO is really just expecting him to push all the way down. The thing that worries me is NCO is also the one with the bomb, so if they get caught here, they are in a fair bit of trouble. He is going to go peeking without the bomb, thankfully, but he still meets the same fate nonetheless. And now the bomb's actually got to try and push in on his own. Slowly he's caught the man trying to go towards the connector, and this round has fallen apart. I'm not even sure what the plan is at this point. You got 40 seconds. The rotation would take an incredibly long time. Cabal needs to be landing some shots, and they still haven't managed to get past the AWP or the sneaky player that's currently sat in the sandwich. I almost want to just see NCL save, but sorry, 9 save, but never mind. It's a flawless round. They literally took 48 damage.
That just looked like Tiger had no plan B in that round. I think they wanted to go straight for an A execute. They realized that they lost the first man because of DanKing's AWP that was peeking ramp. They realized they can't go for the execute because DanKing's got this good angle with the AWP. They weren't comfortable enough. And then they just didn't have a plan B. They never seemed to call anything else. They just kind of hung around hoping that TYLOO would push them. And you can make the argument that sitting back and just waiting for TYLOO to push you is actually a strategy in and of itself. But sometimes they're not going to push, and you have to have something in mind. And unfortunately, Tiger just never seemed to have that in that round. Timeout taken ahead of this one, so they'll have a chance to figure out what went wrong in that round and what they can do going forwards, because there are still guns on the board for Tiger into this one. Again, Attacker leading the way by far, 26 kills. Kabal over on the other side doing a good amount of damage as well. As we head back into round 23, Tiger going right back to this A site. So even though it didn't work last time, they're hoping this time they can deal with this AWP of Danking.
Oh, okay. Well, he goes for the same face. Oh, that's so wide from Attacker, but he's going to nail the shot, and slowly he's found another one. Nade goes through, almost caught. It does so much damage, and they've got another one. They might even kill off 9. He's going to fall almost solely to grenades. This A-ramp push going similarly, even after the early picks that go their way. Now there's 3 players waiting for them on the A. What is that angle? What is that angle? Why are you up there? Get down.
Get down, good sir. It's an active war zone.
Oh my God.
And Kabal's got another. It's up to slowly to save his teammates. That's a fantastic shot onto the first man, and surely he knows that Kabal is close. He knows that he's on Tetris. Now he knows exactly where that man is. And Kabal is so low on health, slowly still, just looking for this fight, making sure the bomb's still there. And there's the fight he was looking for. Slowly gets the kill. It comes close for TYLOO due to some peaks that they probably didn't need to take, but slowly's there to bail them out.
They did not deserve that round at all. And not even slightly. Like, almost every single kill they got was just somebody swinging out and just taking a fight. The nades were nice, but what is that angle? Like, why are you jumping up on there? You might as well have let off a flare to tell them where you were. Dear Lord.
Well, speaking of somebody, he's already pushed into underpass. Against the pistols, he's actually gone back. I'm very impressed by somebody.
He's running up top, man.
Well, look, I appreciate that he didn't just push underpass, because they knew he was there.
Oh, that's not aggressive enough. No, he needs.
Oh,
look,
what?
Look where he is. Look where he is. This is a pistol round. The man doesn't care.
Go on, give him your gun, somebody. Yeah, give him a chance. Yeah, there you go. Give an M4. Why not? Give him a chance in the round. It's a 2v4, so they should still be fine. No Kevlar either. Oh, Nine's looking for this opener. Slowly might be better served falling back here, but he goes for the fight. Still looking to see if he can spot this angle. Oh, and he's not able to. Great shot from 9, but the CTs have fully rotated. There's no way NCL's winning this. He gets 1 kill, but gets traded. TYLOO up to 14, and it's not been a vintage performance from them, Tom, but they are getting the job done right now.
Oh, this is TYLOO in this tournament. That's what this is.
Pretty much.
That's what we're watching. If they do win, there's still so many plays in there where you just don't, you're never going to understand. The fact is, their own economy is suffering. Like, Slowly doesn't even have enough for any utility because of how many players they're losing in every single one of these rounds. Although I will say, Danking could have dropped him a FAMAS and didn't. So, whatever, I guess. He doesn't have time for that. He's too busy pushing the top of mid. He's pushing all the way. He's got...
He gets away with that so often, doesn't he? Again, I don't understand how Danking's only died 11 times, Tom. You know?
I feel like it's because in anti-eco rounds, his teammates move too quickly.
That's probably true.
For him to die. Like, he can't die because somebody has already pushed everything on the map so they know exactly where everyone is. Whereas in buy rounds, he gets aggressive because his teammates, excluding maybe somebody, are not going to be as aggressive. And a lot of the time, he actually wins his fights as well, and then tries to reposition. Like, he's still mental in the fact that... he's paid off some sort of demon for his soul. Like, there's no way. Like, he must bathe in 4-leaf clovers to get away with that.
Watch him shut them down in this round as well now. The perfect
If
timing.
he doesn't die
earlier.
by the end of this round, like, that's just a joke.
Well, the B site looks to be the end goal here for Tiger. 24 seconds left for them. Somebody's sitting back for once. Slowly gets absolutely owned on short. And now somebody lines up 2 easy kills on the mowdown. Dan King still waiting patiently with this AWP. Flash comes through. He can't land the shot. There's only 10 seconds though. Tiger need that bomb plant. They need it now. And TYLOO are about to start pushing. Dan King gets another kill on the trade. CZ out as he rushes towards the bomb site. But Dobu's already repositioned. He's got cover from behind him. But he really wants this fight as soon as possible. Instant headshot. Dobu into the 1v1. He needs this, but he's not going to get it. Dan King does it again.
I can't be bothered. I knew it would happen as well. It wasn't even like a difficult prediction. I knew he'd be the one to survive. He pushes top mid, then he pushes into underpass. This is also frustrating for me that somebody, when he plays passively, just gets a really like comfortable double kill, and then obviously this at the end, just it's both impressive and irritating. And their money is still screwed, by the way. They've gone for a double AWP setup rather than buying Summer a gun.
Yep.
The money for the T side is not much better. There'd be some counter utility, which actually catches Cabal. I don't know if he actually got spotted there. I don't think he did, but he's going to try and run the gauntlet. This seems like a very risky play to be making. It actually works out, though. Somebody caught with his pants down. Now, the rest of the team are going to try and push in. Slowly is gone as well. In fact, it seems like the whole team might just be falling apart here.
Surely TYLOO have learned that this is not the time for a retake. Oh, they have. They're saving. I mean, their retakes were so bad yesterday that they realized a 3v4 is not going to go their way. That's the thing, Tom. This game is honestly on. If Tiger win 1 or 2 of these next rounds, they can reset that economy. They can come right back into this. The only thing I would be scared of is that TYLOO are just wizards with the Deagles. Dan King holds back, gets an easy kill with the AWP. Don't peek this angle again. I guess if, even with the AWP, I wouldn't do it. I think Tiger should just need to save these 3 guns at this point. And it looks like they will. Taking some damage from the bomb, but they're fine. A gentleman's agreement at the end of the round to save what they can, but TYLOO is still worse for wear from this one. Even with those saved guns, some of their players are going to have some pretty scrappy guns.
I've never seen so many UMPs. I feel
Why not
like
the
everybody's
MP9?
moved away. Yeah, like back in the day, maybe they're still just watching like old Flusher demos from like
Agent
when he
CS
actually
is just like 5 years behind in everything.
Yeah, it's just like Flusher used to just play UMP instead of rifle because it was as good at a point. So they've just gone, Flusher does it. It's like, have you watched any of him recently? It's like, no, I don't have time. I've got a match every single day. So they've just decided not to bother. Like, they don't even have time to put clothes on half the time when they're playing matches, so...
I don't want to know how you know that.
But that's what Blair was talking about.
Okay.
Like, there was the shirtless pictures of the guys at TYLOO while they're playing. Opener for Slowly. Are they going to expect attacker in this quarter? Of course not, because what a shot from him. A second as well. He's like a... What? Okay, everybody's getting wrecked. This left all onto Mr. Dan King. Is death number 12 coming? Should be.
Oh, it is. Dobu takes the fight. Dobu starting to show up. Urcast having a 3K. We're starting to see some of the players we wanted to see from Tiger get involved in the action. The loss bonus for TYLOO was there, that they could just save 1 round and buy in the next. I'm not confident TYLOO will do that, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they just buy Deegs for no apparent reason. Oh, wow, they've actually saved. I mean, sort of. I think their losing bonus was 2,400, so it's still not going to be perfect, but they've taken the save call. Which is baby steps for TYLOO, right?
Was a little bit dicey with the first, but everything else has gone quite well for Tiger. It's weird because this match, even though Tiger are obviously a strong opposition, it's become just the what are TYLOO going to do this time match, which almost sort of suggests just how good they are. Like, Cabal's currently on 31 kills,
Yeah.
and this is the first time we've mentioned it. Like, he's having an incredible game, but the fact is they've lost so many silly rounds. They've got players that are really struggling, and well, Attacker still has more ADR than him. I'm not really sure how. But it's like some of the rounds that they lose are mainly because of just silly errors. And, well, one of them was Cabal running through the whole of the B site with a Mac 10. Here we go. Seemingly crunch time, although who really knows?
Wouldn't TYLOO be better off here just saving to get a perfect buy in the last round? That's all I'm thinking. Because, like, you haven't got any nades, guys. You haven't got a kit. And now if you lose this in the last round, you're going to have, I guess, SMGs. I'm a little scared. But then again, you've said it before, Tom, that TYLOO sometimes don't need nades. They just push and win. So that's what they'll be hoping for. Is 9 with us? Are you with us, sir? He's still in spawn. He's back. So we are live into round 29. An all-important one. If TYLOO lose this, we could very well be going to overtime because their money will be in the bin and somebody's already been caught through the smoke. Man advantage for Tiger, and they're looking to make the most of it. Straight onto this B site, slowly goes down, and the Mongolians are making it happen. Danking up close, gets 1, gets 2. The AWP unable to do much more though, and it's Tiger winning the early B trades.
Oh, so risky from Attacker, and his teammates nowhere near. Summer looking like he's just going to opt to save the rifle, but well, it will be one weapon within a sea of the opponents. Yeah, Tiger have started to grind things out, but it's still like, it just seems like the B site is definitely vulnerable, but I guess that's because you have somebody playing there and he is a loose cannon. But also, we haven't seen the best of games from Slowly either, struggling a little bit more than we'd normally see. And yeah, as said, Summer's just got to try and save his gun.
We already know what's going to happen here though, right, Tom? Like, they're going to win this next round with bad guns. It's just written in the stars at this point. As much as I would love for Tiger to win and take us to overtime, that's what I want in my heart. I think they've been doing a great job at coming back into this game. As you said, they've done a good job at exploiting the weakness on that B site. Tiger have been doing things that are making sense. Their individuals have started to show up. And yet, for some reason, in the back of my brain, I just feel like TYLOO somehow steal away this last round.
Yeah, probably like somebody getting a 2K with a deagle or something stupid.
Round 30
and
it
again, doesn't have a deagle. What are you doing, Summer? I guess that was a pretty good spawn for 9, but Summer's decided that this was a good time to try and rush ramp. An interesting one for sure, and already leaving them at a round disadvantage. A player disadvantage. They actually have a round advantage, even.
Somehow.
Danking only going to be on the scout, but sometimes that could be enough.
Yeah, we've already seen it. A couple of nice shots he landed over on the B side of the map earlier. The aggression into the B apps is really useful in this position. Somebody's aggression has allowed them to stack heavily towards A. They've got a couple of rifles here. The scout of Danking isn't too far away either. The issue is, Tiger will probably go for a full-on exec onto the A site. And TYLOO might struggle to cope with that.
Molotov
Why?
going to be
They're two
dropped
players
down.
Why? Okay.
What's as a player out of position? Danking's going to get right up in their faces, looking for the AK, and he's found it as well. They know he's round this corner. 9 with the Tech 9 is going to kill off one more, and it's looking like it's done. It's left all onto somebody. He's been a menace, but this would be one hell of a clutch. The first goes his way, but he's tagged desperately low. There's no way he wins this round, and it will be overtime. Tiger have dragged it all the way back. And it seems like they might just have the momentum to take this over the line.
Cabal putting up numbers in regulation. 35 kills. You pointed it out towards the end. He has been having a fantastic game. And now that some of the other players are showing up for Tiger, now that they seem to have started to figure out some of this TYLOO aggression or this TYLOO CT setup, they stick on the T side into overtime. they've got a chance to keep this momentum going after winning a bunch of rounds in a row. And again, that B site has been a constant problem for TYLOO throughout that half. Somebody's got that secondary AWP positioned in towards mid. No one willing to fight him at the start of this round, though. Straight into overtime with no questions asked, no time to waste between these two teams. And if this is a kind of early matchup, of a matchup we might see repeat in the playoffs, this is a nice way to get it started, isn't it, with an overtime?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with, again, I feel like TYLOO have just made a lot of mistakes and they've allowed Tiger into this match when they probably shouldn't have done. Like, there was 4 rounds in a row to take us to overtime after, up until that point, what had been a pretty weak T side. In fact, it had just been TYLOO pretty much styling on their opponents, but... Oh, we're here now. Minute gone on the clock, and not too much ground actually gathered by the T side. Double up setup invested into as well, and somebody gonna be setting up some utility for attacker to try and take mid control. They've spotted nobody, and they're actually going to Molotov off the underpass. That will section off this offense, but they've gambled on B. That's peculiar because in my eyes, you don't take B just through the apartments. So to gamble in that direction seems like an odd one. Maybe they just rely on Danking. He's going to start things off. They've held the utility. Run through it is NCL. That's hella risky, but now they have the chance. They haven't cleared under Balk, though. An attacker, he's dropped the bomb. There's not even enough time in this round. He's just going to try and slow them down with a flashbang. They need to run onto that bomb, and it isn't going to be happening. Somebody closes it with an AWP, and TYLOO, they're up to 16.
Yeah, again, Dankin gets aggressive and gets that early bit of information, right? Gets that early kill. Make sure that TYLOO can rotate over a little more quickly than they might have otherwise. And it still didn't look too comfortable to begin with, in all honesty, because Danking was trying to watch the ramp. He was hoping his teammate was maybe watching Palace for him. That wasn't really the case. But it was all good for TYLOO in the end. The rotate arrived. They do a good job at locking down that A-bomb site. TYLOO back into the lead, at least for the time being. Still a buy for Tiger here, but a couple of their players are already out of money, which is something worth considering if they were to lose this next round. And another slow start to this overtime round. Tiger happy to just take their time. It's a very passive B hold from TYLOO right now. Look at the mini-map. There's one man on B, he's in kitchen. If there were a push onto the B site, TYLOO would probably have some problems, especially considering the retakes we've seen from them previously. I don't know if they'd be able to retake that B site, but we'll have to wait and see if Tiger do decide to make that play.
This has been one of the problems for Tiger, is I feel like a lot of their slower rounds just plays into the hands of TYLOO. Sure, TYLOO get very aggressive a lot of the time, but the problem is the amount of times we've now seen the bomb get dropped or left in silly circumstances, or even just hesitation has been enough. Somebody's actually going to switch up his position, though. And he's the only defender of B. I don't know why he would give up this spot when he's got 4 other teammates around, and he's missed the timing, but he might catch the bomb. That would be the thing. He's caught the bomb. This man's so lucky, it's actually unbelievable. He looks away just in time to catch the bomb, and now they have to run back and get it. Again, the clock's going to be ticking. The leg shot then connected, and Cabal gets dropped.
That's it.
And now the flank coming in from attacker. This is already done. I don't actually think I've seen a luckier round than that from anybody in the history of Counter-Strike. To look away from the initial play and then look back just as the bomb crosses. That wins the round.
Yeah, the misplay wins them the round, basically. Which is, yeah, one way to do it, I suppose. I mean, there's the kill from attacker, just a gap in the smoke. They were hoping to flash through, but weren't ready for it. Somebody drops the bomb, and then it's really difficult to get back up into the apartments, right? The bomb actually ends up being left all the way in there. I think it got juggled back by some of those players who picked it up and then died. Either way, last round of the T half of overtime for Tiger, and there are 2 players without AKs. 9 has a Tech 9, Dobu has a Galil. Many players missing nades as well, so Tiger might just have to let loose in this round. And honestly, I'd be all for it, Tom, because these first 2 rounds in overtime have been so slow. I think, like you said, it's just played into the hands of TYLOO, who've been happy to sit back and just win these rounds. I'd prefer to see some faster play from Tiger in this one, especially when you don't have a perfect buy.
Yeah, they've got some utility missing as well, which if they are going to eventually go for an A execute, it's not going to be easy. Yeah, they've just thrown out all of their smokes, and they're going to run through one of them. Oh no, that's the CT smoke, but still, bit of a peculiar one. And they have managed to get a kill on the back of Dobu. Attacker will comfortably trade that back. Urkus with another, and a nice shot from Urkus. He's looking to try and bail them out again. And CL, that is too close for comfort. But they have managed to find the pick. Push coming out from somebody. I think he knows that at least one of these players is low. Go jumping back into the window. There is a player around connector, so that the footsteps will be heard. They know he's here. It shouldn't be a difficult cleanup whatsoever for the remainder, especially with connector being covered off. Rifle retrieved, and, well, no one's going to expect Cabal to be up there. 17-16, Tiger eventually eke out a round, but that was not a particularly convincing T-side.
No, the round they do win ends up being the one where they had the weakest of the buys. Just ends up being a brawl, basically, on this A site. Cast here getting a couple of important kills, which really turn the tides of the battle and keep them in with a chance of getting the win in this first overtime. They would still need a flawless CT half for that to happen. Dobu's picked up the AUG, which is always fun to watch out for. I doubt he'll be using the scope on that, because it's got that lower rate of fire while scopes now, right? So that makes it a little bit more difficult to use, but some early mid-aggression has come in from Tiger. They've actually taken away that area of the map early, but that's because TYLOO are all sitting around the A site, ready to exec, and we might see Tiger play for retake, Tom. That's what we were asking for them earlier. Let's see if they do it.
Oh yeah, they're sat back. Bomb's actually yet to go down. They're going to go for the boost. They'll be spotted by somebody, though. And now they know, or should know, that there is going to be a second player within CT. Slowly waiting on a close angle, and NCL, it feels like he walked away just the moment he could have got a kill. Peek from Slowly's risky. In fact, they're all fighting. We're back to this again, Hawker, where they just peek every damn angle in their after-plant positions and just hand kills away. They've given away back into this one. One by one, they're falling, but the time is ticking away. Somebody with another pick, a third, and then he leaves it on to Danking to close. Again, a round where they had it in the bag and then just seemed like they wanted to play under a little bit more pressure. Even still, though, it is again map point, but we've already seen them have 4 of these and not managed to close.
You could see why playing for retake could have worked, though, as you said earlier, Tom, that they do go for these fights that they probably don't need to. And luckily, somebody gets some great kills there. Cabal is going to be so frustrated if they lose this game. He's at 39 kills, but they've lost the early fight. Somebody with a quick-fire double, and that might be what wins them this map. 3 more kills is all TYLOO need to get this win, and I'm sure they'll be looking to take them quickly.
Oh yeah, probably a bit too quickly. I imagine there'll be some fights coming in once they get the bomb down. Cabal's been spotted on short. Dobu, I think he's looked away at the wrong time. It doesn't matter. Nade into the corner should be enough to finish off 9. And now it's left on to Cabal. They've taken the long road. They've taken a route that's a little bit longer than you might have expected. But TYLOO are ultimately going to win the map. You love